The blue screen is not the accident. It is the ambulance arriving after the accident. The real disaster already happened a few milliseconds earlier, and in the moment, everything froze. Your PC still managed to write its own autopsy report. We open that file before the video ends. Stage 1. 2 worlds inside Windows. Inside Windows, there are 2 worlds. The first is user mode. This is where your apps live. Chrome, Discord, your game, Word, Spotify, that random RGB app you forgot about. Think of it like a fenced playground. Every app gets its own sandbox. If one app crashes, Windows can remove that app without taking the whole PC down with it. Chrome dies. The game closes. Word freezes. Annoying, yes. Fatal. Usually no. That is why a normal app crash feels irritating, but not terrifying. You lose the tab. You lose the match. Maybe you lose a few unsaved lines. But the computer itself keeps breathing. Then there is the second world, kernel mode. This is where Windows itself lives. This is where drivers live. Graphics driver, audio driver, storage driver, Wi-Fi driver. These are the translators that let Windows talk to your actual hardware. And this is where the danger starts. Because kernel mode does not have the same fence. A driver here can touch memory, talk to hardware, move data around at a level normal apps are never trusted with. That power is why your PC works. It is also why one bad move can drop the whole system. An app crash is a kid falling in a ball pit. A kernel crash is the pilot passing out in the cockpit. Stage 2, the moment it goes wrong. Now zoom in to the moment before the blue screen. The game is still moving, your mouse still works, everything looks normal. Then underneath all of that, one tiny thing goes wrong. Maybe a driver reaches into memory that is not its. Maybe it touches an address that is empty, forbidden, or corrupted. Maybe RAM flips 1 bit at the worst possible time. Maybe heat makes the CPU miscalculate. Maybe an unstable overclock whispers, "Trust me," and immediately betrays you. No warning siren. No polite pop-up saying, "Hey, your graphics driver just did something illegal." The disaster happens in millionths of a second, thousands of times faster than a blink. That is why blue screens feel random. You think, but I was just opening Minecraft, or I only plugged in my headset, or I was literally doing nothing. Windows does not care how innocent the moment looked. At kernel level, one bad instruction is enough. One wrong memory touch, one broken driver call, one tiny electrical lie. It is like a surgeon sneezing at the exact wrong moment, with the scalpel already inside. Stage 3, the CPU sounds the alarm. The CPU catches it. That is the part most people miss. Your PC does not panic for fun. The CPU sees something illegal and throws an exception. That exception is the hardware yelling. Something crossed a line. Now Windows asks one question. Where did it happen? If the mistake came from user mode, Windows can contain it. The app gets slapped, the window disappears, you see this program has stopped working. You complain, you reopen it, life goes on. But if the mistake happened in kernel mode, there is no safe fence anymore. Or this is where drivers and the Windows core handle memory, hardware, storage, and the invisible machinery that keeps the PC alive. So Windows does not gamble. Once the kernel is compromised, the system cannot fully trust itself. So Windows calls a real function with a very real name. Keybug checkx, that is the point of no return. Not a dramatic self-destruct button, a safety button. Windows chooses to stop because continuing could be worse. Keybug checkx is the fire alarm lever for the whole building. Pull it once, no pulling it back. Stage 4, the full system freeze. The first thing Windows does is brutal. It stops everything. Every CPU core gets ordered to freeze. Your game stops, your mouse stops, Discord stops. That YouTube video in the background stops mid-syllable, like someone cut the universe in half. This feels like betrayal, because the PC is not just slow, it is gone. No clicking, no Alt-Tab, no escape key magic, just a frozen screen staring back at you like it knows what you lost. But here is the twist. That freeze is not Windows giving up. That freeze is Windows protecting you. The kernel is already wounded. If Windows lets it keep running, corrupted code might start writing garbage over your real data. Your save files, your project, your downloads, your system files, so Windows slams the brakes. It would rather kill the session than let corrupted code keep touching your drive. That frozen screen you hate is not the villain. It is the heroic act, a factory slamming the red emergency stop. Better to lose one shift than the whole line. So which team are you actually on? Team lost an entire essay to a blue screen. Or team, my PC has never crashed. Be honest in the comments. Stage 5, the autopsy report. Now the PC is frozen, but it is not useless yet. Before the blue screen becomes the main character, Windows starts writing the autopsy report. It copies crash information from RAM onto your drive. Sometimes it is a tiny mini dump. Sometimes it is a full memory dump, big enough to eat gigabytes like a starving game update. And what does it record? The driver that was running, the instruction that fired, the memory address that got touched, the stop code, the clues around the crash, not vibes, actual evidence. It is the PC version of a black box. And yes, you can actually find it. The path is C/Windows/minidump. But those files are why repair shops, IT people, and nerds on forums can say, yeah, your Wi-Fi driver is probably the one who stabbed everybody. A power cut shuts the story off. A blue screen leaves notes. Your PC writes its own forensic report on its own death. While it is still dying, Stage 6. The blue screen finally shows up. Only now does the blue screen appear. Not when the mistake happened. Not when the CPU raised the alarm. Not when Windows froze everything. After the crash data is written, Windows draws the big blue tombstone. So the blue screen is not the first event, it is the last visible one, and it is not useless. The stop code actually means something. IRQL_not_less_or_equal usually points toward a driver problem. Memory_management points toward RAM, corruption, or memory abuse. WHEA_uncorrectable_error often smells like hardware, heat, voltage, or an unstable overclock. Even the percentage is real. That is Windows finishing the dump file. And the QR code is real too. The sad face only showed up in Windows 8. Developer builds can crash to a green screen. Early Vista testing even had a red screen of death, but blue became the legend, the screen that turns your setup into a crime scene. But now you know what it really is. A tombstone with the killer's name already carved into it. If you bother to read Stage 7, after the reboot, reading the killer's name, then the PC restarts, fans spin, and you think, Windows crashed again. Maybe, but usually, Windows is not the killer. Windows is the one pointing at the body. Most crashes come from drivers, graphics drivers, Wi-Fi drivers, audio drivers, weird USB device drivers that look like they were written during a thunderstorm. Then come bad RAM, overheating, a weak power supply, an unstable overclock, storage problems, or a BIOS setting that should have stayed untouched. Windows randomly destroying itself is rarer than people assume. So after a blue screen, do not just rage at the wallpaper. Read the stop code. Search that exact code. Ask what changed recently. Undo the newest change first. Then run Windows Memory Diagnostic and check your CPU and GPU temps. If crashes happen under load, suspect heat, power, or stability. If they started after a driver install, stare at that driver like it owes you money. The better question is not, why does Windows hate me? It is, what did Windows catch before the damage spread? Windows is the messenger, not the killer. Stop shooting the messenger. Outro. From one bit flipping in the wrong place, to a wounded kernel, to a frozen system, to a dump file, to a blue tombstone. The whole story can happen in under a second. The blue screen was not the accident. It was the report. What is the worst possible moment a blue screen has ever taken you down? Mid-deadline, mid-ranked match, mid-render. Tell me in the comments. Whoever had it worst gets pinned.